Hey guys, welcome to Todd Talks. I apologize for the lapse in some of the videos. I've not been very active the last 2 weeks. My wife and I were out of town for a little while, and then we got home and we've both been a little under the weather, but I'm back in the saddle, so let's get ready for it, okay? All right, today, my weekly challenge this week is I challenge you guys to track your food. If you've never done this, you need to do it for at least 8 months to 12 months solid, 3 meals a day, and that will give you an idea of what your maintenance calories are. Roughly a good start to this would be 10 calories per pound of body weight, and I would do that for what you're aiming for. So if you were looking to bulk and you were gaining 20 pounds, I would add 20 pounds to my weight. Vice versa, if I was cutting, I would go for the weight that I'm cutting for as far as times my 10 calories per body weight. All right, when you do that, you'll also want to make sure and make protein an emphasis for you, okay? And I know you guys have probably heard anywhere all over the board from 1 gram of protein to 2 grams of protein per body weight. I have tracked diligently for a year and a half, so I can kind of do it now by just sight and keeping track in my mind of what's going on, what I need and what I don't need. And I have found, and a lot of the latest studies have proven now, that you can gain weight, body weight, muscle weight, at 0.7 grams per body weight. So I would go no lower than that. But how to set your macros up, you need to go, anywhere from a 0.75 to 1 gram at least of body weight for your protein. That will give you your grams of protein. Okay. And there's going to be a discussion about this, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. I'm not talking keto or low carb right now. I'm talking about to gain muscle or to cut. Okay. And believe it or not, you can cut good on carbs if you eat right and eat good, clean carbs. I stick to primarily my only carb sources are oatmeal or grits for breakfast and white rice or sweet potatoes for dinner and lunch. I can eat white potatoes, but they sit on my stomach like a bowling ball for a couple hours. I can eat, especially if I'm trying to bulk, I can eat 2.5 cups of rice every 2 hours and I'm hungry. So that's what you want to look for. You want to look for something that, especially if you're trying to bulk, you want to look for something that your body digests quickly, that you can load up and hit it again before long and keep those calories coming, because that's how you're going to gain your weight and gain your muscle. Okay, so I would roughly go, I would match when I'm starting off, I would match my protein macros with my carb macros. So if you weigh 200 pounds, let's just make even numbers so we can throw them out there and make it easy. 200 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and I would go 100 grams of fat. Okay, I think 100 grams of fat is a good start to anybody's basis of where you're trying to find your maintenance calories. Because guys, don't forget, fat's not our enemy. Fat is where our cholesterol comes from, and cholesterol is what makes our hormones. So especially if you're cutting or you're even just trying to be healthy, balancing your hormones is super, super important. If you can't do that, you can throw everything else out the window. You've got to balance your hormones, you've got to sleep good, and you've got to eat right. So that's what I would use for my bases. And what I would do is I would ride that for 2 weeks and see if you're gaining or you're losing. And this would be a priority of what all you're trying to do, whether you're cutting or bulking. So if you're bulking, of course, you want to see the scale go up. But keep in mind, whether you're cutting or bulking, the scale is not the best rule of thumb to know if you're gaining weight or losing weight. Don't get me wrong by saying that. I understand. If I weigh 205 today and a week from now I weigh 210, I gained 5 pounds. Okay, but what did I gain? Did I gain fluff? Did I gain water? Did I gain muscle? So the best indicator of that is take some photos of you just stripped down in your underwear, and don't let the scale be the only provider of what you need to do and whether you're making the right decisions or not. Look at your body. You can tell your body. You can tell if you're gaining weight, whether it be fat, muscle, or water weight. Okay. If you'll make sure, if you're cutting especially, don't eat the junk. Don't eat the carbs that are, just processed crap, because a lot of that stuff's going to help you turn into water weight, and then that's weight you don't need for sure. So guys, try this for at least a week to see whether you're gaining or cutting. And like I said, that's the priority that you're trying to match. So if you're cutting and you're losing weight, then you don't need to cut until you hit a stall. And when you hit a stall, whether you're bulking or cutting, either one, once you find your maintenance, if you're trying to bulk, I would add 250 to 300 calories, or vice versa. If I'm trying to cut, I would cut 250 to 300 calories. Ride that for a week. Be diligent. Be honest with yourself and log your food up correctly, because you don't know whether you're doing things right or not if you're fibbing on your, if you're not telling the truth on your log, on your food log. So ride that for a week and make your adjustments, 250 to 300 calories, plus or minus, depending on your priority, and ride that for another week. If you're not getting there again, hit it another 250 or 300, and you'll find your sweet spot. And once you start gaining, you want to gain about a pound, pound and a half, or cut a pound, pound and a half a week. Any weight faster than that, it's water weight. It's not weight that you want to lose, and it's not going to be easy attainable. You want to be able to attain what you're doing. So if you can stick to the pound, pound and a half a week, that is obtainable. And meanwhile, while you're doing that, you're adjusting your eating habits, and hopefully it will turn into a permanent thing for you so that you'll be more successful. Guys, we'll get more into this a little later on, some more videos this week. I'm going to have some training videos. I'm going to have some SARMs videos. I am in the middle of a little bit of a mini bulk right now. I'm trying to put some weight on. I'm at 210 right now, and then I'm going to start a cut. So stick with me, and we'll have some more videos out soon. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You all have a great evening and be blessed.